Look at this witch. Look at this bitch that sent so much of energy in so long time of period. Not only did magic themselves, they've sent, you know, for over time they spend a lot of money. Not only on magic, on readings, you know, that adds up, you know, thousands over time. You know, it's easy to spend thousands and thousands over time when you go to these spell work over long time, you know. You know, spending on, if you're spending on the lowest love magic, they call it love magic, they call it, you know, black magic. It is black magic. The lowest is $600. أقل شيء, you know, for a long period of time, sending you that caster work with demon to harvest your energy, you know. That actually the caster was making them in debit. You know how it works? Yes. How much money they spend over time. And these casters take a lot of money. And you eating that magic, eating it up. You know? It's all like in reverse. What happens when you cast and you cannot harvest? You're in debit. How much money they lost, they paid. They don't want to stop. You know? See how the Most High work? بينفضهم من كل شيء. They have to stop. They have no choice. You know? They have no choice. Where are you gonna get money to keep casting? You know? This person drinking their own illusion. You're supposed to be affected by the illusions that they are sending, but you are transmuting. They don't realize right now that they are drinking their own illusions. It's already, you know, maybe they already, maybe now they realize it, but it's too late. They think they can turn this around. And this person is so burned out in their own illusion. Yes. They drinking the poison, Kool-Aid from the crazy cock. This person feels like they got to get this money back. What they paid for, supposed to get them more money or recognition. And they need a return. This person so stuck on their own shit, it's not even funny anymore. Yes. They ain't gonna get that return. They dig themselves in a deeper hole because it's done. They need to realize when it's done, it's finished, it's over. But they can't. They are already for their own, deep on into their own illusion. How much they actually sent you. You know, this person is not capable of transmutation. This person is not capable of transmuting into energy into something else. But you are. So, them being an illusion, it's already too much for them. It's unconsciousness from their own shit. Puchi. You know? Yes. This is why moderation is key. You have to learn this shit early. Everything needs to be done in moderation. They did all this extra magic and didn't want to follow rules because there's jasha. You know, they never learn moderation. More, give me more, I want more. You know? Greed. I feel the greedy, jasha, in a lot of different way. You know, and that's their downfall. Coming after you, coming after your children. Yes, they put a lot of planning and money. You know, they put a lot of they put a lot of money, a lot of thoughts into suppressing your movement and your light. So much so their well is dry. A lot of thought on every single illusion they sent, their well went dry. Nashif, they spend all the money. And if you spend all your money and you still don't know when to stop, the spirit said, they will thrive on your parade. They don't want to feel their pride. They can save themselves from the stupidity and the embarrassment that they are in. How are you gonna save yourself? You know, spend all your money on casting shit that didn't work. Look, this person spent a lot of money on this sacrifice. Whoever they were paying, whether they know that or not, or doing this alone, or we're gonna get into it. Whoever the caster were paying money, killing animals, you know. This, usually if you're doing high level, trying to sacrifice somebody or something, you're unaliving. So they're trying to sacrifice you. And this is heavy hitter. That's a bounty on somebody's head. That's unaliving for hire, actually. You can find a crackhead to do something for $500, but it's expensive. This person paid thousands over time on a payment plan. With this, every third week of the month, I pay you this much. You know, this is how, you know, the details of it. Coming after a rare soul, their well went dry, trying to sacrifice you, put a lot planning, holding on your life, but you're still moving. You're like a chariot, still moving. Nothing can stop you. The amount of energy, so much so that the work you did with it, transmutation that you did, whatever they were doing, the amount of energy and how well you did what you did in transmuting not only powered you up, it helped you transform. And it went to the bloodline and start moving the bloodline. That's how well you did with the energy. This person gave you energy to break generational curse. This is a mastery. Transmutation of energy that this person can't do. That's why they are stuck in their own shit. Because they can't handle their own energy the way you handle it. This is high level mastery. You know, extreme. You woken up the bloodline. You woken up the ancestors. Since eons, woken them up. He ha ho fa fo fum. Who's coming for us? Who's coming for our anointed child? Who wanna harvest our ancestral legacy? Who wanna come for the children? They woke up the giants. Listen, let me to tell you, the stability that the ancestor and the Most High God give you, there is no flying monkey can fuck with it. They will go back bitch crying like the fuckery that they are. And that ain't Satan. That ain't Satan. Satan give you something and take it. Take something else from somewhere else, from you. Take your health, take your dignity, take your honor. You know? عم تبيعوا انرجيتنا وانرجية اولادنا while you're peasants, while you're little devils. You wanna get what's ours, you know? Yes, their stability is easy to be shaken because it's built on sand foundation, not on a rock foundation. The stability that the ancestor gave you, no motherfucker can fuck with it. You know? You've been told, you're a page, you're a duck, you sound like a duck, you look like a duck, you are a duck. You know, the cycle is closed and you are too weak, homie. You are too weak to come after the chosen ones. Nope. You're too weak. You're too weak. You're not strong enough. They are not strong enough. And they are not smart enough. They play too much. That's not wise. They've been told that's not wise. That's not wise. So some people told them what kind of bloodline. You're forbidden. You're forbidden. And they went and did it. You know? Yeah. That's not wise. ده جشع وهبل. هتدفعوا ثمنه غالي.